In this question, we've got an inclined pipe here, and we're told the difference in height, also the height of point 2 relative to a datum, and the height of point 1 relative to the same datum. And it's oil, and we're given the density, and it's flowing through this 5 centimeter pipe at 1.2 meters per second. And we're asked to calculate the velocity of the liquid and we've been given the length of the pipe, the height of point 1 relative to the datum, height point 2 relative to the datum, and also the deflection in the manometer. We also know what the manometer fluid is. It's mercury, so we know its density, which is 13,600 kilograms per meter cubed. So again, we start with Bernoulli's equation, as we do for all of these problems. So we've got the static pressure plus dynamic pressure plus potential pressure. At point 1 is equal to the same at point 2, but because we have frictional flow, we also have this pressure loss term on the right hand side. Now, we can't simplify this equation as much as we have done with some of the other worked examples, but we can do some simplification. So we know that this is a constant, or we can see rather that it's a constant diameter pipe. Therefore, we know the velocity at 1 is equal to the velocity at 2, for continuity to hold. But we do also know the positions of the elevation of point 1 and point 2, 1 and 2 meters respectively. So we can simplify Bernoulli's a little bit by taking out the dynamic pressure terms, and we can we know this term here because we know what Z1 and Z2 are. We can work that out. We don't know what the pressure loss is. In fact, we're trying to work out the viscosity, and this is a function of viscosity, so that will come in. We'll work that out later. But to do that, we also need to know what the pressure difference is between 1 and 2. Now, in a previous example, we did it just with kind of a rather simple formula, but here it's slightly more challenging because point 1 and point 2 are at different heights. So we need to use a general manometer equation. And I covered this in a previous lecture, so if you're not sure where this has come from or how to use it, go back and look at that lecture. But what it says is that the pressure at your final point is equal to the pressure at your initial point plus rho GH of all your downs minus rho GH of all your ups. So if we start at point 2 here, okay, and we're going to go up to point 1, then we don't know what these pressures are. That's what we're trying to find out. So if we go down, we go from here down to here. So we go down the density of the oil, which is 800 times gravity times 1 meter, which is H2. From here, then we've got to go down to this level here, okay, which is density of mercury, which is 13,600 times gravity times, in question we were told that deflection was 0.1. As we go around this U-bend, we know that the pressure on this side is going to be the same as the pressure on this side. So we're here now. Now we're going up to point 1, so we need to minus away our ups. So we minus rho GH going up here, where rho is 800, G is obviously gravity. But the height here isn't 2, it's 2 plus the deflection, so it's 2.1 meters. And if we work all that out, we know that can find that the pressure difference between point 1 and point 2 is 4,710 meters. Just a little tip, or when you're doing this, you can tell whether you've done this the right way round, because the pressure at 1 should be higher than the pressure at 2, and you know this because you know the flow direction. You're told that it's flowing from right to left, and as I said before, fluid flow will always flow from high pressure to low pressure, so therefore P1 must be higher than P2. So if you did this and you got P1 minus P2 is a negative answer, then you know you've done the wrong way around. But if you went from, for example, you chose P1 as your initial point and P2 as your final point, then you would have ended up with minus 4,710 newton meters. That's fine, that's okay, but just as long as you're sure about which way you're going and whether your answer makes sense. Okay, so we've got this, so we can now use this to calculate the velocity. So this is the value for the pressure loss that we found on the previous slide. We then now substitute the values for Z1 and Z2. So we know that our pressure loss is equal to 12.6 kilonewtons per meter squared, kilopascals. Okay, so, and we know a formula for this for laminar flow, which includes the term of viscosity. So that's the relationship there, the pressure loss due to frictional flow for laminar flow. We know everything we don't know the viscosity, that's what we're trying to find out. We don't know what the volumetric flow rate is, but we can calculate it quite easily because we know the diameter of the pipe and the velocity of the fluid, so therefore we can work out the volumetric flow rate. Sorry, that's a mistake there, it should say meters cubed per second. And so therefore we can write the pressure loss in terms of viscosity, and then we now know everything apart from viscosity, so we can rearrange and find out that the viscosity is 0.0686 kilogram meters per second. And again, now we've got to the end, that's our answer, that's what we were asked to find, but it's still not the answer at the end of the problem, because during this, to get to this solution, we made the assumption that the flow is laminar, so we now need to go back and check that that original assumption was correct. So we do that with the Reynolds number, so we plug the values into the Reynolds number that we found. That gives us a Reynolds number of 700, which is less than 2000, and therefore the assumption that it was laminar is correct.